Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my epic peeps. How are you? I've missed you all so very, very much in the epic interview segment Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm so grateful to be here. And for those of you that don't know, my name is Samantha, and I am the co publisher and co creator of EPIC. EPIC stands for Empowering People and Inspiring Community. And Epic Tri County CT is this beautiful, multifaceted resource of positive media in the form of a print publication. We print every 2 months, getting ready to put on paper our May and June issue. March and April is still out there circulating, so grab a copy if you haven't already. You can also subscribe digitally. None of this would be possible, right? Whether it be the print publication, the social media feeds, or anything that Epic does or stands for. None of it would be possible without the co creator and co publisher, Lisa. Lisa's always working to bring forth this mission and this resource of Epic. So please give her some love and some light in the comments, throw up a hug, whatever it is, because she's always out there. And without Lisa, none of this would be possible. So, yeah, I missed everybody. Happy Thursday. As we go into this weekend, it's a holiday weekend for many. So, happy Easter if that's what you choose to observe. Happy Easter. I know that for me and my grandchildren and my great nieces, we will absolutely be playing the Easter Bunny games. We're going to fly some kites. We're going to have an Easter egg hunt. And of course, we're going to have a beautiful service, a spiritual service to honor the rebirthing that's happening. Not only this weekend will we be honoring the rebirth, but we're going to do that right now, actually. I'm going to bring forward a friend of mine. Her name is Jen Pacelli. I met Jen maybe a couple months ago, and it took us the longest time to connect. And that's how I always know the connections are going to be powerful when it takes so long for it to happen. But recently, I've had the pleasure of meeting Jen and talking to her one-on-one. And I like to describe my guests, with the energies that I feel. So as I bring Jen forward, I want you to see if you notice what I noticed in her. And that is a woman who is determined, she is strong, and she is a visionary. She is a visionary and is really, I have to see this word again, determined to make a change and to be the change that she wishes to see. She is the CEO and visionary of Toxin Free Living. She sponsors an educational program that runs virtually the second Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. It's called Women Living Free. And we'll talk about that as we go in. But as a mother, as a friend, as an advocate, and as a visionary, I'd please welcome Jen Pacelli as I bring her forward. Do give her the epic love and epic light. Yay. Got it. Oh, you're welcome, my dear. Absolutely. I'm so excited. We waited a long time for this, huh?
Yeah.
We did. And I knew when I met you in the parking lot, whatever, without going into it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the girl. She's going to be in this tribe for a long time. So I know a little bit about you as a mom and as a visionary, but can you tell our community who you are and how your journey has progressed to where you are today?
Yeah. So thank you, by the way, for having me. So I am a mama of three. My little 10-month-old is taking a nap. So I am very blessed that happened. But if he's awake, I'll bring him on and say hi to everybody. Cool. So I'm a mama of three. I have two girls in elementary school and then Everett. And I am a wife to a very hardworking man who works for the state of Connecticut. And I went to school for wildlife. I've always, since I was young, wanted to make a difference in conservation and with animals. So I would always ask my mom, let's go to the zoo. Anytime we went to a different state, we would go to the zoo or the safari or wherever we went because I felt a connection to animals and helping them. So I got my degree in wildlife conservation, learned a lot about how to help animals and the earth, in terms of recycling, what we can do to our lawns, what we shouldn't be doing to our lawns, what type of flowers to use to attract different insects. I learned all of that. The one thing that I was lacking in learning, and I learned once I got out of school, was that what goes down our drain is affecting wildlife. Not only that, but what goes down our drain is affecting our health. And as soon as I learned that, I knew that I had to share it, because if I didn't know, and I got all this, biological science background, if I didn't know it, how the heck are you guys going to know it?
Right, exactly.
So I'm going to be the resource for you, or at least one of them, for you to really learn how to find the safer products and how to read those labels, because, half of them we can't even pronounce.
Nope. And I have a couple here that we're gonna do. We'll take a look at. But there was something in your the information that you sent to me about your love for bats.
Oh yes.
And I was like, wow, that is so cool. Bats, me, I interpret everything metaphysically, and bats signify rebirth. Bats.
Oh really?
Yes. Yeah, they signify rebirth. And isn't it the perfect time right now to talk about that? And also, what I learned in the short time of just reading about the bats, I have a book here that I pulled out real quickly, is that the bat, let's see, Jamie Sand says here, let's see, it symbolizes the need of letting go of what no longer suits you. It symbolizes a new growth pattern that's necessary. It's about letting go of old habits and assuming the position in life that prepares you for rebirth. The bats hang upside down, correct?
Yes, they do.
Babies are born upside down. Babies generally come out of the canal up, right?
Right.
And so isn't that perfect that I feel the bat is like one of your totems, and here you are helping us to make that shift from the old way of living. Not really, we talked about it earlier. I could have cared less years and years ago about the stuff I put on my body, the stuff that goes, I clean with. I come from the old school. My children are a little older now. We didn't think about what we bathed them in, what we washed their hair with, and to have all this information and to be able to bring it forward through the generations is something that I feel blessed by what you're doing, and I'm sure that our viewers will also, those watching now and those watching later. So that is what bat means. Bat means rebirth.
Very interesting.
Hello. Yeah, I wanted to share that. So you had mentioned in the questionnaire that you submitted about the women living toxin-free virtually. Can you tell us a little bit about that platform and what the viewers can expect if they do choose to get the Zoom link?
Of course. So when I was on this journey, and I'm still on this journey because it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Remember that, okay? Mm-hmm. When you're going into your non-toxic living life. So I kind of felt like I was alone. Like I was like, I don't know if anyone's really interested in this, but I need to create a community. So that was my avenue of creating a community of people that were willing to learn more about non-toxic living. And that's not just, it's not just my, just the products in your home, but it's also I don't know if you're getting that feedback. Are you getting any feedback?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Okay. That's why I was a little like scatterbrained, everybody. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So not only the products that you use, but where I was also talking about, and we bring it up all the time, was that air quality, what you put on your yard, what type of pots and pans you use, all different aspects of non-toxic living, mattresses, sheets, flooring, all of that type of information, we could learn together. And that's why I created that group. So yes, that means I wanted to do it easy for everyone to remember. So second Thursday of the month, 7 o'clock, we go virtually on Zoom, since the virus.
Right.
And
Yes.
it's just a beautiful community, and I've learned so much. Yeah, I'm the one that's like in front, but I've learned so much from everybody because
Yeah.
everyone brings their own thing to the group.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing, honestly, I leave there on a high because I was like, oh, it's just warms me up.
Well, it's yeah, and it's the energy of the empowerment, you know, through community, which it is virtually.
Mhm.
It's a community. You know, we're connected, and you're connecting with your group, and that ripple effect, you know, is
Right.
huge. We don't even know the changes that you are initiating and that you're prompting in people when you just started saying, "Oh, the sheets and the mattresses," and I'm thinking, "Oh, Madonna," I'm looking around and I'm going, long way. It's a marathon, not a sprint. That's what I have to. I'm going to keep remembering that.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, it can be
Absolutely,
extremely overwhelming, and I don't wanna overwhelm you guys. It's just,
yeah.
one step at a time. I started with my bathroom, start with
Okay,
one room,
okay.
go
Good
from there.
idea. Good idea. So if I was to walk into my bathroom right now, what would you recommend? Pull everything out, off of the shelves that I put on my person and also that I clean with, or
Yes.
yeah, just put it all out there. Okay.
Exactly. I would like you to empty your vanity, look in your shower, pull everything out so we could take a look at it, your hand soaps, your hairsprays, your body washes, the bar soap you use, what you clean your toilet with. It's all things that will not only affect your health, but because all that goes down the drain, our amphibians are feeling it and our fish.
Yeah.
So it's,
And in
it
turn, our soils. I mean, obviously, it's just this
yes,
huge cycle. It's life. It's the life cycle. Um, and
yes.
I never thought about that, until recently through Epic. We're very, very strong advocates of sustainability and sustainable living. And this fits perfectly into that. We're looking forward, to seeing features from you where you can help guide us. That's a little plug. um, so,
It's coming, I
yeah.
promise.
We're going to be here. You take your time, whatever you can do. Um, but recently, after talking with you, and we also had a really cool guest too, Art Peterson. He was talking about the toxins, primarily about essential oils, but same thing, that we slap on our body and we don't read that. Oh, that's flammable. Yeah, it's flammable, and then to think that we're putting it down the drain, and the little fishies are drinking it and eating it, and then the flowers, and then the bees, and just crazy. So one small step we could take, just to reiterate, is just to go into a room, maybe a bathroom, take everything out. And what do we do with it? Do we give you a call? How can you guide us through this process? Because I have two products here that I grabbed. One
Okay.
came with a vacuum cleaner recently purchased. It's a Bissell pet stain and odor remover for carpet and upholstery. I have to say something. You told me to read the ingredients. All it says here is active ingredient, can't even read it, hydrogen peroxide. Other ingredients, please go online to find out. It's
So
not
there
even
you go.
listed. It's not
I'm
even
glad you brought
listed.
that. Yep. I'm glad you brought that product up. So cleaning products, there is no law for cleaning companies to put all of the ingredients on their products. No
Okay.
law. So you have to go search for it. So
Yes.
that's what I would do for you, because
Okay.
it can be cumbersome for, and it can be a little bit of, I've actually had to communicate with these companies. I'm like, guys, where's the ingredients?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Where's
It
the
says,
safety data sheet? Like, give me some information.
yeah.
We're talking chemistry now, um,
Right.
but that's exactly it. So I will, I empower consumers. That's what I'm all about. Empowering you to know how to read that label. So first thing we would do is you'd say, "Oh my gosh, Jen, none of that's on there." So I'd say, "Okay, let's look it up." We'll go on the website. We'll look it up. And then I supply everyone. I can email this to you. It's a beautiful list of the top 20 ingredients to avoid and why you want to avoid them, how they are going to be affecting your health. And that's step one.
Okay.
You would have that in your hand. Honestly, I still keep it in my purse because mom brain. I mean, I know it, but every once in a while. So that will be coming to you. Just message me, and I can get that information to you through email, or if you like a physical copy, we can do that as well. So that's the empowerment part of it. That would be your tool. You have me, yes, as a resource, but you would also have that tool.
Right.
So that's what you do. So you turn it around, you look at your ingredients. Usually the first ingredient on most products is water. Or some kind of, no, it's usually water. So
they don't make it very easy.
No, they don't. They don't. And
Holy moly.
they don't have to. There's no law that they have to.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's scary.
There's no regulation for, and this is all considered cosmetic, the cosmetic industry. So that's the scary part. And because I honestly felt that if the product made it to the shelf, it's got to be safe. The product made it to the shelf. There's somebody out there looking over us, right?
There's no ingredients on here either.
No.
There's no ingredients. It says Ocean Paradise multi-purpose cleaner. One of my neighbors gave this to me. It stinks. Multi-purpose cleaner, and it says caution, keep out of the reach of children. See back panel for precautions. And all it has is a caution statement, a first aid, directions for use. No idea what's in it.
That right there should be kind of an alarm signal for people.
Oh, yeah.
Is the caution, is the, don't get in your eyes, is the don't swallow. Wait a minute. Why?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of starting to question.
Yeah.
So the one thing you actually brought up a good thing. You said that was scented. So I'm just going to go into that for 1 minute.
Okay.
Fragrance. If you want to start anywhere with your label reading, start with fragrance.
Okay.
That's the first thing you should look for. You know why? Unfortunately, this is sad. The United States government told everyone years ago that the companies had to put their ingredients on their label, except for cleaning products. So the companies were like, whoa. I'm not going to put all my ingredients on the label because then this person's going to steal my trade secret, ingredient mix up. Okay. So the government decided, all right, you know what? Why don't you just use the term perfume, fragrance, parfume, and that'll be fine. Just do that. So we're talking hundreds of ingredients are hidden in that term. Hundreds. So you don't even know all the ingredients in your product if it has that word on it.
No.
Yeah. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that's the biggest one. So that's the one that, and honestly, since I've gone toxin free, that's the one thing I've really noticed is when I walk into a store and walk by, let's just say the Febreze aisle, I immediately, my sinuses I'm put back. I get tightening and a headache immediately. My body has not been around that in a while. Right. And now this is where I want you all to listen to your body. It is telling you that that's not right. That's not something that you should be around. And now that I've been helping so many people, they're listening to their body. I'm like, Jen, I can't even go down the aisle anymore. I can't. I haven't gone into some of these candle stores because I can't breathe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's amazing that many people that I know, and regardless of whatever reason the person decides to go toxin free and so on and so forth, whether it's health or whatever. Where was I going with that? No, generally it is health. That's what I was going to say. Someone will, suddenly break out in a rash, or they'll have an adverse reaction to a product, and that will help them to, open their eyes to what's going on. But you're really started with the environmental issue, correct? That has opened up this whole entire mission that you're on. I think it's unbelievable. You're a wealth of knowledge, and I'm so grateful that you're able to share and willing to share with our community. Because I'll be the first one to admit it. I never really thought about it until recently, as I began my healing journey. I don't even want to touch my mouth because I have this fabuloso cleaning now on it. And it's not just, my first reaction is to go dump it down the sink. Don't do that. What do you do with this stuff? What do you do?
Yes. So that is where I have called around to so many people to figure out what to do. My basement is full because I don't want it to go back into the environment. So I am still trying to find a company that will take it, because hazardous, they do the hazardous waste. I know there's coming up in Naugatuck here in Connecticut, but you can call your local hazardous waste cleanup people. And I have been told that mine will not take it. Now, I do know that many people on this movement return the products to the company and say, this is no longer going to be allowed in my house because, and the companies have to take it. I do like that idea, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, but they're not going to dispose of it properly. So I haven't done that yet, but it's a matter of finding the right people to dispose of it, and I'm still searching for that. So honestly, I don't have an answer for that. And I'm not afraid to say that to you.
Right. Thank you.
Right. I'm still looking.
Safely secure it somewhere, maybe in a container. You put everything like in maybe a Rubbermaid tub or something. Yeah. Set it aside until the hazardous waste days, or until you come to us and say, okay, I found this or I found that.
Well, and that's the thing. So that's why I've started this. And that's why I honestly, once I knew, I couldn't stop. So what I want to do is empower all of you so that eventually we are making change. I'm sorry, I get very emotional.
It's okay.
Eventually we will make change so that my grandkids can live in a world that doesn't have all these toxins in it. I really think that we can make a difference. One person can make a difference if you just stop buying conventional products and really question. And then we make those companies question. Be like, oh, well, consumers don't want that anymore. So let's figure out what they do want and we'll change. Right. That, and you opened with, Jen's a visionary. That is ultimately the vision I would love for this earth and for the people that will be here past us. It's so important. And I'm really, really, really hoping that, the more people become more aware, the more change will happen.
Yeah. I feel, in light of the recent, past year, Becky Thompson says, great topic, so interesting. Thanks for covering this, Sam and Jen. Thank you, Becky. I love Becky too. Oh my goodness, she's brilliant. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. There goes Samantha off on a tangent again. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess Spirit will bring it back, right?
Well, what was going on right now?
Yes. I feel a shift happening slowly, a change happening where, sustainability and the sustainability of our earth is becoming more of a topic for discussion slowly, and as we discussed earlier, the children of these the newer generations are not afraid to use their voice.
No.
So by educating them, will help to empower them to educate their parents and their grandparents, and slowly we will see a change. whatever you need to keep your mission going. You know that you have a whole EPIC community behind you, and we commend you for doing what you do. Um, and already the half hour's almost complete.
Right.
It's we could keep. We'll have you back definitely. So I wanted to just if we wanted the top 20 toxin list, Facebook, Facebook you, PM you. Okay,
Yes.
that's it.
Find me
Okay,
on Facebook. My name is just as you see it right now there, Jen Pacelli.
yeah,
Friend me and send me a message. Don't just friend me and don't send me a message. Friend me and send me a message. Start the
okay,
conversation, right?
yeah,
And that's how we're communicating nowadays is, and then I will get that to you either through email or right through Facebook Messenger.
okay. And that's the top 20 ingredients to avoid, right?
Correct. Yes.
Toxins, really, top 20 toxins to
Yeah.
avoid. Let me put that up there.
Yeah.
Let's see, we'll show this. All right. All right. Now I want to end. I haven't done this in a really long time, but I want to ask you, what is a recent book that you read that you'd like to that you would recommend to our viewers? A book.
A book.
A book. Have you read lately, Mama? Mama of 3 and a 10-month-old? Probably not the right question there.
Well, I am a business owner, so I was doing a leadership course. So
Ooh,
this is the last one that I just read. Um,
awesome.
John C. Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And you
Love
know
it.
what? That's not only for business people. That could be for you want to make change in the world. Read
Yep.
read John C. Maxwell,
Yep.
because
Thank
he's
you.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. And speaking of leadership, I have to tell you, I'm going to put you in contact with David O'Brien. He is the owner and founder of Work Choice Solutions, and he is a leadership coach that we're working with through EPIC. So definitely, this is what
Awesome.
this community is about. Yeah. So that long awaited connection that we had through messages and all that have finally come into fruition. And for that, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for everything that you shared. Please, everybody that's watching now or watching later, please reach out to Jen. She has a plethora of knowledge to share with us help ourselves, help our children, and help our Mother Earth and our animals. Blows me away. I'm going to start. I'm going to start small. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep.
And just one foot in front of the other. So you have a great weekend with your children and your hubby. I want to wish everybody, if you're celebrating the Easter, the resurrection and rebirth. That's what this is all about. Is really rebirthing the way that we live, making changes that are help to empower ourselves and empower our world. So happy Easter. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be sure to check out the events on our website, www.epictricountyct.com. Reach out to Jen Pacelli, the visionary and leader of toxin-free living. And as always, my beautiful community, I say peace out. Epic Scouts. Scouts. Bye.